Hey everyone, Ollie here. So before we get into this video, please subscribe to my newsletter where I share stuff that I don't really share anywhere else. Yeah, I send it once a month. Just interesting things and things I've been working on, experiences and whatever else. Make sure to subscribe. So how do I afford sports cars, fancy cars, whatever type of cars? How do I afford them? It's a common question that I got, especially because I've recently bought a new sports car. I have a video of it on my main channel if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, a common question of, why do I buy these sports cars? Especially when I have a finance channel like this one, where I discuss things like investing your money, saving your money, being thoughtful with your money, doing the right thing with your money. And obviously those are all very valid questions. It makes complete sense. And there are two sort of main answers when it comes to why I buy these things, why I buy sports cars and stuff. First of all, it's fun. Of course it's fun. There's no doubt about it. It's fun driving around in a car. I like cars, it's what I'm passionate about. Not everyone, of course, is going to find it fun. Everyone has their own sort of things that they like. But yeah, I really enjoy cars. I'm passionate about cars. I also actually see it as an investment in my channel and my overall brand. So just like I'm passionate about tech and I cover it on my main channel is definitely very tech focused, tech heavy. I'm also passionate about cars. So my main channel has mainly blown up because of tech, especially when it comes to Apple products. Apple products just seem to do so well on my channel. I think my audience is definitely very Apple orientated, which makes sense. It's just because that's the sort of, I haven't really intentionally gone for that target audience. I just saw that Apple products did well on my channel and it's why I try to cover them more often. Reviewing tech has helped me build this audience. I've got over 200,000 subscribers on my main channel, and it's helped me build a business that definitely pays very, very well. It's just crazy to me that I can make a very, very, very healthy income just from making YouTube videos. Surprisingly, cars also do the same. So when I look at my channel, my car videos are some of the most watched videos on my channel, with the reviews of cars getting hundreds of thousands of views. So yeah, it only makes sense if my car videos are doing that well for me to keep doing more car videos, to invest some time and money into making car videos, because car videos are also really fun to make. They're much, much more intensive compared to tech videos, because with tech videos, you can just be in a studio, trying out a phone, trying out a laptop, whatever. You don't really need to go outside to probably use it, unless when it comes to taking pictures of your iPhone, or pictures with your iPhone even. When it comes to car content, obviously you have to go outside. It requires a lot more planning, a lot more equipment, but it's a very, very fun process and I really enjoy doing it. It also gets me outside instead of sitting behind a desk at a computer all day. Car videos also earn pretty good money. So in the last 12 months, my Tesla review video is actually my second best earning video when it comes to Google AdSense, which is pretty incredible. Cars in general, especially like new cars, they pay a higher CPM when it comes to ad rates and stuff compared to other types of like tech videos and stuff. It just makes sense because obviously cars are very high value, high ticket items. Usually cars are tens of thousands of dollars compared to tech, which can just be $1,000, $2,000. So yeah, the CPM rates are definitely high. They definitely pay better than tech videos do. If I have a sponsor on a car video as well, right now, that could pay anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000, maybe even more, depending on the sponsor, depending on how I integrate them in the video. So they're actually a pretty good investment for the channel, bringing in views, bringing in new subscribers, and of course earnings. There is also a side benefit when it comes to owning a fancy car, and that is the image of success, as I like to call it. And yeah, it's just a thing, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. You're most likely subscribed to my channel and you most likely watch these videos because I have had some financial success in my life and I've shared that online and with you guys. You're looking to hear about my experiences. You're hoping you can apply it to your own life. And I do the same. I look up to wildly successful people, financially and like career wise and happiness wise, all these different things, all these things factor in. I look at what they're doing and I see if I can apply those same principles in my own life. Everyone does it. I think everyone's always looking to improve their life. And if they see someone else that has a part of their life sort of sorted, you could say, you're trying to aspire to do that as well. Having a fancy car can definitely help bring in clients and maybe even help you charge more money. It's just a thing, let's be honest. Like if we really come down to it, people do just judge other people based on what they have. It's the unfortunate world we live in. It's a bit rubbish, I think, and clearly it's not really the right way of looking at things, but that is just how our current economy and the current world works. Portraying this image of success has literally helped me build this whole channel. That's the whole point. So yeah, like, I'm just being upfront and honest. That is just how it works. At the end of the day, it is just a material object. It really doesn't matter. It's not really a big deal. It might bring you short bursts of fun and happiness, but it's not going to give you sort of long-term happiness. No way. I know that from experience and from talking to other people. And it's also not going to give you like inner peace or anything like that. I feel like I sound like Uguay or something from Kung Fu Panda. Inner peace. Inner peace. So let's get into the actual cost of owning a car like this. Understandably, people think sports cars are very expensive, and they are. There's no doubt about it. They definitely are to buy, especially if you buy them new. But they can also be relatively affordable if you don't look at new ones. The important word here is relative, because you can't obviously compare it to like a £5,000, $5,000 car. So I usually look for cars that are 3 years or older, as cars usually take their biggest hit in depreciation in those sort of first 3 years. That of course doesn't apply to every type of car. Maybe you get lucky and you buy a rare car, something that's limited production run. You could buy that, and on the first day it could go up in value. But anyway, usually most cars do depreciate in value. I also don't usually finance, and I never ever lease. Leasing is just crazy, unless like it's like a van or something for a business. It's just not a good idea to lease, I think, because you are kind of just throwing money away. I will only ever finance if I get a very good rate, a very low percentage of interest rate. I also like to have the freedom of being able to sell a car quickly. So I do try and buy cars up front. It just makes it easier. Finance can of course make sense if you know your portfolio, maybe stocks and shares or businesses or whatever will outperform the interest rate on the finance that you have for the car. And it's actually what a lot of wealthy people do, especially when they buy super expensive cars like Ferraris and Lambos and stuff like that. But what I'm going to share with you next might actually surprise some of you. So if we go back to my first sports car that I bought back in 2017. So I bought a F-Type V6S. It was a 2013 model. And it cost me £37,000. 20 months later, I actually sold that car for £37,000. So I owned it for 20 months and I did not lose any money in depreciation on that car. I did definitely get a good deal when I bought it for £37,000. I haggled my way a lot. I think it was originally up for like 42,000, something like that. So I did end up getting £5,000 off the car. So yeah, I sold it for exactly the same amount I bought it for. And then the next car was the AMG GTS. That was a 2015 car, and I bought that for 70,000, and then I sold it 2 years later for £68,000. So £2,000 loss in depreciation over 2 years. I don't think that is bad at all. To own what is nearly a supercar for 2 years and only lose £2,000 in depreciation, not bad. And the current F-Type SVR that I've bought, so basically I just use the money that I got from the AMG GTS, because the current F-Type SVR that I have, I bought for 68,000, and it is a very high spec car. It's been very well taken care of. It also has things like PPF, which costs £2,500 alone. Luckily, I didn't have to pay for that, protecting it from stone chips and things like that. Who knows how much money I'll actually end up losing on that car. But usually I like to estimate anywhere between £5,000 to £10,000. I usually like to keep my cars around 2 years. So if I can lose less than £5,000 after 2 years, I'd be happy. I think that would be a good sort of depreciation for me. But hey, the used market right now, and especially in the last year, has just been pretty damn crazy because of the chip shortage. The price of used cars have just continued to increase as manufacturers are struggling to sell more new cars because obviously they don't have the chips to go in the new cars. So who knows if I bought my current car at a bad time. But I don't think the chip shortage will really recover for another 2 years properly anyway. Some people are saying sooner, some people are saying longer. This is just me estimating from looking at things. I don't have any sort of future thing where I'm looking into the future or anything like that. I'm just guessing. I'm literally guessing. That is literally it. So yeah, like I said, I usually keep my cars for 2 years. So hopefully in 2 years, I haven't lost much on this current car. One thing I haven't covered though is running costs. Now, of course, running costs can vary so much depending on the car. It's why I haven't really sort of brought it up, because it depends on how many miles you drive, the servicing, all these different things. But I literally took my F-Type SVR with a new fresh service with MOT and everything. It's all road legal, basically new tires as well. And I also usually do less than 5,000 miles a year. So I'm not spending an absolute ton on fuel either. So yeah, running costs, like I said, can vary. But the insurance is the most surprising thing, because the insurance on my F-Type SVR is only £700 a year, and I'm 29. And it's actually cheaper than the insurance on my Tesla Model 3, which is currently £1,100 a year. How that makes any sense, I don't know, because the F-Type SVI is obviously a much higher end car than a Model 3. Clearly something to do with the insurance brokers and how they sort of estimate things. But yeah, maybe it's because it's harder and more expensive to currently repair a Tesla Model 3. Who knows? But yeah, insurance is surprisingly cheap for an F-Type SVR, which has a 5-litre engine, 575 horsepower. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's good to be able to pay such low insurance for such a high-powered car. So yeah, owning a used sports car can actually be more affordable than you think. Now, of course, I've gotten lucky along the way when it comes to car prices and haggling for deals and things like that, especially with my F-Type SVR that I've bought recently. Even though I bought that for 68,000, I remember seeing it originally up for 72,000. So yeah, I got a good deal on that car for sure. And I also use it for content for the channel. So the car is technically making me money because it will make me more money than I'll lose in depreciation. Which is pretty insane. So it's why I do it. I just see it as like buying an iPhone or a MacBook or a monitor for the channel. I see it as like investing in sort of this thing that will hopefully help me make more content, make more money for my business. It's good fun. I'm very, very fortunate to be able to do what I do, make money the way I make money. There's not a day that goes by that I don't take it for granted, for sure, because it might not be here forever. So I try and make the most of it, and hopefully I can continue doing this sort of stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.